And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the MCW Xperience. My name is Michael Lindenbaum, and we are brought to you by Jimmy's Famous Seafood. Jimmy's Famous Seafood, located at 6526 Halliburton Avenue in Baltimore, Maryland. Come to the home of the world's most famous crab cakes. For more information, visit Jimmy's Famous Seafood at jimmysfamousseafood.com today. And ladies and gentlemen, today is August 6th, and we are giving you a special preview show for MCW Pro Wrestling's Final Hour, which will be taking place this Saturday, August 12th, at the MCW Arena in Joppa, Maryland, which is also Fan Appreciation Night, where tickets are starting at $10 per person. That is a great deal for what will be a great show this upcoming weekend in Joppa, Maryland. And to talk about some of those things, plus we have a little bit of fallout for what took place at the Shane Shamrock Memorial Cup. And I just want to jump right into that now. As everyone knows, the Bruiser chokeslammed Andy Vineberg through a trash can and two chairs, and it was also announced that at Tribute to the Legends on September 30th, it will be the Bruiser versus the MCW Pro Wrestling champion Sean Studd in a Stairway to Hell match. And to talk to me about Bruiser and his actions at the Shane Shamrock Memorial Cup is Andy Vineberg's lawyer, Jason Ott. Ladies and gentlemen, joining me now is Mr. Andy Vineberg's lawyer, Mr. Jason Ott. Mr. Ott, thank you so much for coming on the MCW Xperience.
My pleasure.
Now, as we all saw a few weeks ago at MCW, Andy Vineberg was chokeslammed through two chairs and a trash can by the Bruiser. What are your thoughts on this situation that has taken place at the past MCW event?
First of all, the winner, a.k.a. my client, Mr. Vineberg, was there in the ring to offer forgiveness to Bruiser. What Bruiser did, he didn't slam him, he assaulted him. I've already talked to my friend at the state's attorney's office. We're trying to get assault second degree filed, as well as reckless endangerment. Not to mention that Mr. Vineberg is still in the hospital. This was an intentional tort by Bruiser. There's medical bills. There's pain and suffering. We have emotional distress, public humiliation. We are going to own Bruiser. We're going to own his clothes and probably his firstborn.
Now, you mentioned his firstborn, and a very interesting notion. Andy Vineberg, Mr. Vineberg, is dating the Bruiser's ex-wife, Tara, who
Correct.
is the mother of his children.
Correct.
Do you feel in a way the way that Mr. Vineberg has kind of handled the situation inside the ring and on posts on social media that maybe that's why Bruiser did what he did, and that in a way of how other people, I'm not saying I'm saying this, but other people are saying that Andy got what he deserved. What are your thoughts on that?
Love is love. Love is more powerful than wrestling. Love is more powerful than trash cans. Love is more powerful than the ring. My client's in love. He's not guilty of anything. He went into that ring as a man of honor, to ask for forgiveness. What Bruiser did, whether someone thinks he's justified or not, is ridiculous. It's criminal. It's libel. It's civil. It is unacceptable.
All right. And one more question for you, sir. What are your thoughts on the MCW General Manager, Phil Stamper, announcing that on September 30th in Joppa, Maryland, at Tribute to the Legends, it'll be the Bruiser versus Andy Vineberg's client, the MCW Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, Sean Studd, in a Stairway to Hell match with that title on the line?
Bruiser's done. He's done in the ring. He's done legally. He's done being a father. He's done. You don't mess with my client. I am Ott Law, OTT Law. You don't mess with me. You don't mess with my clients. And in September, Bruiser is done.
All right. Well, with that, Mr. Ott, I thank you for your time, and I wish you the best in the rest of your day today. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as you can tell, Mr. Ott, the lawyer for Andy Vineberg, very testy, very upset about what has happened to his client, Andy Vineberg. which can raise some questions as to what will happen to the Stairway to Hell match at Tribute to the Legends if Andy Weinberg gets his way and eliminates the Bruiser in a more legal manner than having Sean Studd destroy him in the ring. And we'll actually be talking about Bruiser a little bit later on in the show. But first off, I want to talk about a match that has been announced for the final hour at the MCW Arena in Joppa, Maryland, and that is Napalm versus Phoenix Fury. Last time we saw Napalm, he was getting interjected in Shane Shamrock Memorial Cup with the MCW Pro Wrestling Champion. First night, he costed Marcellus Prime the victory in the title match against Sean Studd, and then the very next night, you saw Sean Studd and Napalm Bomb lose to Marcellus Prime and the Bruiser, which then, of course, saw the Andy Weinberg getting choke slammed through the trash can and 2 chairs. And then he is taking on Phoenix Fury, who is returning to MCW Pro Wrestling. So it'll be very interesting to see what Napalm does against the high-flying Phoenix Fury. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be talking more final hour and a little bit more interviews coming up ahead too. Are you a fan of Maryland Championship Wrestling and want to watch past shows? Then never fear, as Rage TV is here for you. For only $4.99 a month, you can relive memories of the shows you have been to or watch past MCW shows you may have not been able to attend live. For more information and to sign up today for Rage TV, go to mcwragetv.com. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the MCW Xperience, the official podcast of MCW Pro Wrestling, sponsored by Jimmy's Famous Seafood. We're talking about Final Hour, which is taking place this Saturday, August 12th at the MCW Arena, but also at the MCW Arena this Friday, August 11th. Evolve comes to the MCW Arena for Evolve 90, and you can get a very special code by going to the MCW Pro Wrestling Facebook page today and get that code to get a 25% discount on tickets today. Looking at Final Hour, some more matches were announced, one of which was Chuck Lennox and Drolix versus Jeremiah and Ryo. Part of the winner's circle, Drolix returned at the Shane Shamrock Memorial Cup, and it took out Jeremiah. Jeremiah, the one being the person that took out Drolix, steel chair or a chair shot to the knee, and required Drolix to get surgery on that knee, and it also costed him the MCW Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship to Sean Studd. So Drolix is out for revenge, and who better to team up with him than his Black Wall Street brother and Chuck Lennox to take on Jeremiah and Ryo. And of course, as you all heard in the previous segment, the interview with Jason Ott, the lawyer of Andy Weinberg, one has to wonder, will Andy Weinberg be able to physically be at Final Hour, to be in the corner of Jeremiah and Ryo? Only time will tell. We have a week until that time. And then another match that was announced was Brandon Scott versus Joe Keys. Joe Keys, who was just recently separated from his longtime partner Robert Locke in the Dixon line, and now is going solo for himself. He was not very successful at the Shane Shamrock Memorial Cup, but you could see that he has that little fire in him now that he didn't have with the Dixon line, and that he is really wanting to prove himself as a singles competitor, and he's going to do just that against Brandon Scott, Mr. Excellence himself. And then speaking about Dixon line, we have Rob Locke versus Greg Excellent. Rob was unable to compete at the Shane Shamrock Memorial Cup because of a elevated heart rate. He's obviously very angry about what's been going on between him and Joe Keys and the breakup of Dixon line, and this is now an opportunity for him to get in the ring and have a match, and he's going up against Greg Excellent, who over at Shane Shamrock Cup was unsuccessful twice to gain the MCW Rage TV title. The first time he won via disqualification when Maxwell Jacob Friedman attacked him, and then the second time when Maxwell Jacob Friedman pinned Dante Caballero for the MCW Rage TV Championship. And speaking of Dante Caballero, I had an opportunity to talk to him recently, and when we come back from the break, we will have that interview with Dante Caballero. Are you a fan of Maryland Championship Wrestling and want to watch past shows? Then never fear, as Rage TV is here for you. For only $4.99 a month, you can relive memories of the shows you have been to or watch past MCW shows you may have not been able to attend live. For more information and to sign up today for Rage TV, go to mcwragetv.com.
And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the MCW Xperience, brought to you by Jimmy's Famous Seafood. And I am now being joined by the former MCW Rage TV champion, Dante Caballero. And Dante, I know me saying those words, former Rage TV champion, stings you, but first and foremost, I want to thank you for coming on the show.
Mira, Miguel.
But
I don't understand why you gotta disrespect me, coming like that, introducing me like a former Race TV champion. I'm still the campeón, okay?
Well, let's start at the beginning, okay? Let's start at the beginning. Let's go back to Spring Fever, Slamboree for a moment. At Slamboree, you had a match with Greg Excellent defending your Rage TV championship. Alice, the associate of Maxwell Jacob Friedman, got involved in the match, and you accidentally, while trying to do it to Greg, spit your drink in the face of Alice. Now, again, you did that by accident. You did not do that on purpose.
Exactamente. No. That's exactly true. Because the thing is, Alice was not supposed to be there. I don't even understand why she was even in the same ring as I was, okay? Greg Excellent is not at mi nivel, okay? He got him to my face, and I wanted to disrespect him the same way he disrespected me, okay? Because you remember when he poured that Mountain Dew into my glass? And
Yes.
He was drinking that basura in my glass sagrado. No, that was him looking down on me. That was him making fun of me. So, me trying to spit in his face, if I'm not mistaken, that is just men being men. That is being fair, hermano.
Right. Well, no, I'm not speaking about you spitting in the face of Greg Excellent. I'm talking about you hitting Alice. That was the accident.
No, that's what I'm talking about. Alice was not supposed to be there. So why is that un problema? Why am I gonna be in trouble? And you know what? Let's be honest. That was the most action Alice had been having a while because Max has been leaving her alone. Okay? So Alice, she wanted some attention from Dante. And I didn't want any attention from there because I respect, another man's woman, tú sabes. But Greg Excellent, he's un asqueroso, okay? And I want to take him down.
All right. Well, with that said, going into the preview show here on the MCW Xperience, going into the Shamrock Cup Day 1, we had Maxwell Jacob Friedman on, and he had some very choice words to say about you and Greg Excellent. But then on night 1 of the Shamrock Cup, you were defending your title against Greg Excellent, but Greg Excellent got the victory via disqualification because Maxwell Jacob Friedman got involved and attacked him. But at the same time, he also embarrassed your bartender at the same time. What were your thoughts about that on night 1 of the Shamrock Cup?
You see, my bartender, he's just an accessory. You see, him being disrespected by Max, that's his problema. As long as it doesn't affect business, as long as it doesn't affect Dante, I got no problem. But you know what really bothered me? My drink. You see, that drink comes from mi familia. That comes from a long line of caballeros.
And he took that drink and he threw it into my bartender. And I don't care that my bartender was mad, but I care about mi familia, mi sangre, and what he did to my name, Caballero. You see, when you disrespect my drink, you disrespect my legacy, okay? And Max, he doesn't know what's coming to him.
Well, speaking of Max, continuing to speak about Max, honestly, the very next night, day 2 of the Shamrock Cup, you had to defend your title in a triple threat match against Greg Excellent and MJF, which unfortunately MJF did become the victor and new MCW Rage TV champion. What were your thoughts on that match?
It was an ambush. It was an abuso. You see, I won that championship March 3rd of this year in Mad Madness. I won a tournament to win that Rage TV Campeonato. And then I have defended that championships in 5-way scrambles. I defended that championship against Fred Yai. I defended that championship against Greg. I defended that championship more than any other champion in MCW. And what happens? I have to defend my championship 2 nights in a row. So what is that? Huh? The way that I see it, somebody doesn't want me as champion, huh? Don't you think so? What do you think, Miguel?
I mean, it could be that. It could.
No, piensa. Think about it, huh? Think about it. No other champion has been defending his championship as much as I have. Am I not correct?
No, you are definitely correct. The last time the title was heavily defended was when Ken Dixon had it. And that was a while ago.
Okay. It's exactly. So, I guess somebody doesn't want me as champion. So, but that doesn't matter because I'm not gonna play victim. I'm not gonna put the blame on fictional characters, people that are not there. I'm gonna put the blame on the 2 men that took advantage of the situation. Because people see me always as the bad guy, ¿verdad? They always see me as the man that is always doing the wrong thing at the wrong time. But I was there defending my campeonato like a man, like an hombre. And what happened, huh? I got stolen. I got abandoned. I got thrown. I got 2 men beat me up, okay? Between Greg and Max, they tried to break me. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm still the Rage TV campeón. Max just stole that championship. And he's just a paper champion. And just you see, Miguel, this is not the last that Dante has seen Max. I'm going to break ese chamaquito, okay? And Greg Excellent is not far away. I don't know what he is, and I'm going to break him too. Porque you don't disrespect Caballero, nothing happens. There's always una causa y un efecto. Always. Oyo, Miguel.
All right. Well, with that, Dante, I just want to say, first off, thank you for coming back on the show. And secondly, I wish you the best in your journey back to becoming the MCW Rage TV champion.
Very soon.
Are you a fan of Maryland Championship Wrestling and want to watch past shows? Then never fear, as Rage TV is here for you. For only $4.99 a month, you can relive memories of the shows you have been to or watch past MCW shows you may have not been able to attend live. For more information and to sign up today for Rage TV, go to mcwragetv.com. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the MCW Xperience, the official podcast of MCW Pro Wrestling, brought to you by Jimmy's Famous Seafood. And ladies and gentlemen, on September 2nd at the Grace King High Auditorium in New Orleans, Louisiana. MCW Pro Wrestling is invading Wildcat Sports. As everyone remembers, when Slamboree 2 took place, there were a lot of Wildcat wrestlers at the event. Now it's time for MCW to come to Wildcat's house and show everybody what MCW Pro Wrestling is all about. And that's September 2nd at the Grace King High Auditorium in New Orleans, Louisiana. And then, but before that happens, on August 12th, this Saturday, at MCW Pro Wrestling's Final Hour, there will be a contract signing for Tribute to the Legends for Ken Dixon versus Ryan McBride 3. As everyone knows, Ken Dixon got the first victory over Ryan McBride. Then McBride got the victory over Ken Dixon at the Shane Shamrock Memorial Cup, even chipping Ken Dixon's tooth and injuring his mouth. So at Tribute to the Legends, it will be Dixon versus McBride 3, and the contract signing will be at Final Hour for all to see. And then, of course, last but not least, we talked about Bruiser earlier in the show. Bruiser will be having a match at Final Hour. And this is a match that was handpicked by his opponent. And that is the man who Final Hour is all about. And that is Lio Rush. Lio Rush, who is the student to Bruiser, has handpicked Bruiser to be his last opponent, not just in the independents, but also in MCW Pro Wrestling. And this will be Leo's last match on the indies as well. And what a place for Lio to have his last match than where it all started, in MCW. And personally, for me, I'm greatly excited for what will take place in this match between Lio Rush and Bruiser. It will be great to see what the student can show the teacher, see what maybe tricks the teacher never taught the student, and put that in that match right there. And you know, I'm really excited for it, and I'm also personally really excited for Lio Rush for the opportunity that he is going to be getting. So, ladies and gentlemen, this Saturday, August 12th, at the MCW Arena, it is Fan Appreciation Night. It is MCW Pro Wrestling's Final Hour. And Fan Appreciation Night, $10 ticket starts at. Who wouldn't want to go to that? So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Michael Lindenbaum. You can follow the show on Twitter at MCW Podcast, and on Facebook at facebook.com/MCW Podcast. And as always, we are brought to you by Jimmy's Famous Seafood, located at 6526 Holabird Avenue in Baltimore, Maryland. Come to the home of the world's most famous crab cakes. For more information, visit Jimmy's Famous Seafood at jimmysfamousseafood.com today. And ladies and gentlemen, we will be coming to you on August 12th from Final Hour the next time you hear from us. So until then, we will see you in the ring.